Hello and welcome to Fun Fresh Friday. Stefan,
Yeah, Friday.
it's Friday. Jazz fingers.
Welcome.
Welcome, welcome. As you can see, Restream, the co-creator of Restream, the one who is actually from Ukraine. So we are
Oh,
in support of Ukraine, and Restream is, they've been very good to us, really great. We're streaming live at YouTube. Oh, hey, Natalie, hello.
hello, Natalie.
So we're just showing our support with you Ukrainians that we are in prayer, and hopefully this chaos will end. So,
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
That was one of my what I wanted to put out is that the co-founder of Restream is Ukrainian, so wanted to do this, and they had it, and I was like, oh, cool, I'm going to use it. So it's beautiful
Wow,
colors too. So
it is. Actually, and you know what? We're wearing red. We are complementing. This is all
yeah,
complementary colors. And we didn't even plan this, as
no,
usual.
we didn't. We did
Honestly,
not plan it.
this is so funny. Every
Yes,
week we are wearing colors that are pretty much the same.
the same. Yes,
Yes.
yes, yeah. So, do you have a shout out?
Do I have a shout? Yes, I do. I have a shout out to Pierre from Ohio. So, hello, Pierre, if you're watching.
Ohio, the Buckeye State. Hello, Pierre. Welcome to Fun Fresh Friday. I do have a shout out. Do I? I do. I do have a shout out. I didn't know that they watched the show. Uh, Unbeknownst to me, they do watch the show. Oh, hello, Lael. Her name is Lael. Um, Good day, pretty ladies. Hello, pretty.
Hello,
This is my
hello.
beautiful niece.
Hi, Yel.
Um,
Yael, how do you pronounce that?
yeah, she calls herself Yell, but it's Lael.
Yael. Okay.
So I didn't know that she was watching. So to Mother Jefferson, thank you for watching. I did not know. She just mentioned that she watches the show. So
Wow. Hello,
yeah, she doesn't make
hello.
any comments, but she
Huh?
does drop in. So hello, Mother Jefferson.
Yes,
Right.
hello.
So last week we had a. It was rough.
Rough is an understatement.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it is. It was an understatement. Um, yeah. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Sanaya. So
Hi, Samara.
Sanaya is now. She's now a global. Um, they just came from Italy.
Paris.
So yeah,
Paris.
Paris. That's right, from Paris. Yes. Oh, hi, Pierre. Hello.
Hi, yeah. Hi.
Awesome. Yes, hello.
Alice from
Oh,
Big
they're coming
Poppy.
on
There you
in.
go.
They are popping in tonight. Happy
And
Fun
Monica.
Friday.
Yes.
Yes. Monica, do I need to send? Never mind. Paris, yes. My bad. Um, so last week it was really horrible. But we're gonna power through today because it was a great conversation, and I wanted to be able to talk about it again about the mental health, especially what's going on now in Ukraine. There's a lot that is going on, especially the ones that are in the US seeing this unfold in their country. and the anxiety that comes with it, the stress, the all of that comes with it. So as I think, because I listened to it, I listened to it and I was like, oh, you missed a lot of stuff that I said. It was just so. I think it. I did. I wasn't clear. It wasn't clear on the show last week that I was diagnosed. I was diagnosed with severe anxiety and um, uh, depression. Yes. So I was taking meds, and I was trying to get the meds that would finally work for me. And none of them were really working for me because it would either give me double vision, it would give me this sense of lethargic brain fog. I mean, just different things that I would tell my doctor. I was like, I feel like my brain is just foggy. Um, and so I continued on. Uh, Little things would set me off. Little. I
I knew.
mean, yeah, little. Poof. And so, but I knew I needed help. I knew I needed, something. Um, and so we talked about a bunch of that, in the show. So the topic today is that how honest are we? How honest are we really about our mental health? We always say, um, we need to take me time. We need to have, we need to love ourselves and we need to take a mental break. We need to do all of this. Another question that was posed early was, um, do they really want, how was it posed? It was posed on the Facebook page, and it was, let me get it really quick because I want to quote the individual to do people really want to hear your honest conversation about mental health? And
Mm.
and it said, especially the church people. Now I'm going to make it clear. We are not here to convince anybody or anybody, church body, family body, whoever body, that that we
Body,
have,
body.
that we have these certain bouts of stress, mental illness, anxiety, things like that. It's the conversation of, are you going to be honest? Uh, okay, I don't care about what you think. I
But
know that I need help.
mm,
And so I'm going to speak up and I'm going to sound the alarm and I'm going to say, hey, doctor, this is what's happening. I need something. I need. So now, church folks can pray all they want. They can try to cast whatever this demon they think that I have.
mm,
I'm just being blunt because this is my life. This is how I'm going to show up. I know I can't show up. I know that. I know I can't, because of the certain things that I'm feeling. I remember I told you, Stefania, remember I told you I broke down and you were like, Zanetta.
yes. And you were hiding it so well. Let's not
Yes.
forget about how we tend to really hide that. We tend to disguise it. We are so good at it that no one would know we have a problem. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah. And that's where we're talking about. That's where we're coming from. I think the best way I described it to you was, I am so used to my representative showing up. I actually have, the Zanetta Esquire.
That's right. Yes, quite. We talk about that. Yes. And I think it's good if we recap on some of those points that we did last week, Zanetta, because
Yeah.
of course, that last video was you couldn't really follow it through because there was so many interruptions. So
Yeah.
yes, I think if we recap on some of that, so
Yeah.
for those that are listening today, they can also pick up on that and not have to go back to the last audio because it's painful to watch.
Yeah. And painful to hear.
Yeah.
I was
Right.
trying not to watch it. I was trying to hear it. I was like, oh my God, it's giving me anxiety.
Yes,
It's a
exactly.
conversation that must take place. Yes. And so, I was so used to it. And you said it so eloquently. I mean, you said it. You said, so you're used to faking it, that you've become proficient.
Professional. I know. I did say it, and I didn't want to hurt your feelings when I said it.
But I know that you're talking to me in love. See
Mm.
that, and that's the thing, and that's the conversation. The shame, the embarrassment, because the conversations that we have in here, and I like what you say. Is it your conversation or is it from somebody else?
Mm.
So the conversation that I was having was, I'm a freaking coach.
Yeah.
What an oxymoron. I'm a coach. I'm a life coach. I'm a business strategist coach, and I'm this, I also coach those that have stage fright. That's an oxymoron. So I was hiding that, the more I hid it. And it seemed like, yeah, I was faking it, that I became proficient.
Mm.
And
And
that
can I
is, go ahead.
yeah, can I just add to that while we're
Uh-huh.
on that you're a life coach, you're a strategist coach, and you became so proficient. But let's not forget and remind ourselves that our business is our therapy. So the fact that you are doing all that, it's because, we are still continually having and creating and developing our own therapy. We're
Yeah,
evolving, we're moving through. And when we can do it and we've walked the walk and taken the steps, well, then we're going to be, super fantastic for our clients because we have felt the pain, we've felt the
right.
frustration, the fear, all the emotions that come with that.
Yeah.
So there's no need to have any shame about that. And I think I said that to you. There's no.
Yeah, you did say that there's no shame, but to the person, it is shameful.
Mm.
It is, because we're supposed to show up so strong. We're supposed to show up with the answers or the strategy on how to get somebody else's anxiety, at bay, and then have them come out and have this confidence, and so, but just like what you said, um, I I actually talked to one of my clients the other day, and she said, "Oh, I can't do that right now because I'm in this mess." I said, "No, that's the best time to do it,
Mm.
because haven't you heard? You give great advice, but you don't take your own."
Mm. Exactly.
We're very to take our
We're good
own.
at that.
Yes. So when you're speaking, you hear it, and now you're saying, "Oh yeah, I need to do that." So it's good therapy, just like what you said. It's good therapy for us too, for the business. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So here's one of my questions: how can we, as friends, as coaches, as how can we get the signal, or just to see if someone is having these issues? Just signs, just we talk, because we talk about signs, certain signs. What are the
Mm.
certain signs that we can take a look at, or be aware of, not just for ourselves, but also for somebody else? What are the different signs?
Well, I think there are the obvious signs that we
Mm-hmm.
all know, and we'll run through those. But I think, and what we're going to talk about later, obviously, is the signs that aren't so obvious, the very subtle signs, or like, what you kind of are good at, Senator, the signs that you just have no idea. So the obvious signs, of course, we have panic attacks, we have that anxiety come through just out of the blue. We could be in the cinema, like one of my clients. The other day he was in the cinema, and all of a sudden he just had this panic attack and couldn't breathe and had to leave. And I said to him, what brought it on? Was it something that you saw on the screen? Was it a smell? And he honestly couldn't say. So it just came about. So that's one, obviously. There's others like retreating, when someone retreats and secludes and goes into their shell, and there's change in behavior, like that particular person behaves a certain way usually, and then all of a sudden there's a change, ever sudden or slight. You can see the slight change. Be aware of the slight changes. And I think when that happens too, be a real good listening ear, because a lot of the times when we're in that state, we do feel like no one cares, no one listens, no one really wants to know. Like you said earlier, do people really want to know about your mental illness? Well, yes, there are people. You just got to be selective who you open up your heart to, because you're going to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
So there's many. There's also tiredness, lots of sleep, lots of feeling fatigue, not being able to function or be able to manage, multitask things. You're usually able to do many things, and you're just crying, a lot of emotional crying just out of the blue. That can definitely be a sign as well. So yeah, any others, Zanetta,
Um,
that I covered?
One of them that I found out was not sleeping.
Yes, absolutely.
Because my brain was always, thinking, thinking, thinking. Oh, I got to do this. Oh, I got to do this. And it's also having so many tasks that you can't do none of them.
Yes.
That's that's
Procrastination, a lot of procrastination.
Oh yes. Yeah. And
Excuses.
uh just outbursts.
Mm.
Outbursts of just little things. I mean, yeah, little things. You didn't close the door right. Why'd you slam the door? You slammed the door. Kind of thing. But you see why it was slammed, but you still yelled. That was me. I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
These
just
outbursts,
little
anger,
outbursts.
anger,
Yeah,
yeah. And
yeah,
quickly getting frustrated, impatience, being impatient too is another.
yes, yeah. So those are signs and symptoms that you might have um, anxiety or stress or some type of mental fatigue.
Mm.
Another good name for it is mental fatigue. You don't necessarily have the mental illness, but
Mm.
it's mental fatigue. So we need that break. If our body needs, sleep, so does our brain, because our brain doesn't stop. Before I go into uh, trying to get your brain to calm down, I would, this is my schedule before, um, I would go to sleep, or try to go to sleep, around 8:30 ish, except for Fridays.
Mm.
And then I'll wake up again at 10:30. Then I'll stay up. Then I'll keep on, trying to fall asleep, trying. And then next thing I know, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Then I'll fall asleep. Then I'll wake up at 4 o'clock.
Mm.
And then I'm wide awake all the way through. Come 11 o'clock in the morning, I'm still going. 2 o'clock, I'm starting to crash a little bit. Then I'll find myself asleep and then wake up like in 3 minutes. I lost 3 minutes. I'm like, where did that time go? And that was dangerous because I could have been driving. I could have been doing something else that I just zonked out. And so lack of sleep is one. So that was my issue, and my mental fatigue. I mean, it took over. It took over. So you get irritable, you get tired, you get exhausted. Um, what else?
I was just going to mention change in eating habits also can be
Oh,
one.
yes.
You can either be eating a lot more because you're kind of feeding those emotions, or not eating at all. So you go off food totally. So you're not eating enough. You're not having a nutritious, balanced diet. That's one very important factor. I mean, if we're not fueling the body correctly, well, of course, it's going to be breaking down as well.
Yeah.
And just another one is also is low sex drive. When you're feeling like that, your libido slows right down. So
Mm.
that is sort of something that particularly women, but also men,
Yeah.
with men, it may even be erectile dysfunction because of all that's going on in their head actually causes, that those kind of symptoms as well. So not in all cases, but it can do.
Yeah.
So it can have, a lot of effects on you, a lot.
Yeah. So here are some of the things that causes, or should I say, that supports these kind of behaviors. One of them is tradition. We're
Hmm.
we're so bound by tradition that if we go outside of it or if we veer away from it, oh my gosh, I don't know what mom is going to say. Oh, what, dad, oh gosh, my family, so that it's so ingrained in us. What else is tradition of what the world sees, how the world views certain things. I was having a conversation with my daughter, and she just was just saying a lot of stuff, and I was like, oh yes, mama, because I call her mama. She's my little mama. See, yes, mama, that's so good. She said, um it's not normal. Why do we normalize uh, a relationship as if you're not arguing, then you don't have a good relationship? And I was like, what? She was like, yeah, you're supposed to be arguing, you're supposed to be bickering, you're supposed to be having a disagreement. She said, then that makes a good relationship because I said, no, no. Who told you that? That's not normal. But that's what's said.
Mm.
That's exactly what's said. Oh, you guys are just, oh, you're just trying to get used to each other. Oh, just, you're just fine. Oh,
It's
just,
normal.
it's normal. It's
Yeah.
normal for couples to do that. Oh, no, it's not. No, it isn't. So she said, we need to stop normalizing something that is not supposed to be normal.
Mm. I think that's a very valid point. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. And so she said, um, She said, why put yourself through it? Why put yourself through the pain, the heartache, when you're slowly killing yourself rather than come out of it? I was like, what? She said, pain is temporary, but death is permanent. So you're slowly killing yourself when you're in that state and you're allowing it to continue to happen. Well,
Absolutely.
well, so those are certain things, tradition. Oh, no, you need to stay married. No, you need to stay in that relationship. Oh, no, you need to tough this out. Oh, you just need to pray. Yeah, those are traditions. Those are what is the common thought, the common acceptance or
what we've been conditioned to do, like, because we know no other
condition.
way. So if you've come from a family that's quite Christian, everything is all, and it's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything
No,
wrong with
nothing wrong.
that. I pray, and I'm very much into prayer, but that's not the only sort of area to sort of go to. There's other things you can add to the healing, to overcoming that anxiety, overcoming that mental illness. So that's definitely. And also too, I just want to say, which can be very confusing, and you probably found this as well, Zanetta, when you live in when you're born in a different culture, like the family at home, you may be living in America or you may be living in Australia, in my case, right? And yet I have Italian parents. So I grew up in a very Italian household. So when I was at home, I was Italian. When I walked out, I had to then, change and be more Australian to fit in with my friends or society and everything. And that can be quite confusing. That can be quite detrimental for your mental health and state, let me tell you, because you're somewhat, and if I can say this in the loving way, confused. You're confused. It's confusing. And when it's drummed in you from an early age, then you're, growing up and you're trying to fit in with friends and society and peer groups, it can be really challenging.
Yeah, it is. It is confusing, especially hey Teton, good to see you. Thank you for dropping by.
Hey.
It is confusing because you have your culture, and then trying to fit into another, culture, then it messes with you here because you're so used to your culture, and then you're looking at somebody else's culture and you're thinking they're crazy, and they're looking at you, why are you crazy? But it's
Exactly.
normal for you and
Mm.
it's normal for them. So that's where the trying to fit in, it does, it does mess with
Yeah.
with your
Because when you are trying to fit in and then you're coming back to, home, your cultural conditioning, you feel guilty. There's shame, there's guilt, there's a whole lot of, all those negative emotions mixed in. And that's the hard part, that, a lot of anxiety comes from guilt, shame, that past traumas, things like that. So that definitely does have a major part. Yep.
yeah, and then also beliefs, certain beliefs,
Mm-hmm.
you know um especially when it comes down to, now I'm just going to be very transparent, and I'm going to be very honest in everything that we anything that we talk about on the show. And if I get backlash, oh, who cares?
It's only temporary.
Right. For one, you don't pay my bills. Two, I can name a whole lot of lists that you don't do. And so the belief. So I came from a family that was confused with, religious belief because my dad was like everywhere.
Mm.
He chose different, until finally he settled with Buddhist. And then my mom is Catholic, so they're very, very devout. I mean, she wasn't, but but we lived in a country that is very, very Catholic. So in that uh, kind of belief, and then when I left home, I was introduced into this belief system of Jesus only. This dogma. Yes, I said it. Dogma. Dogma belief that women, you're not supposed to cut your hair, you're not supposed to wear makeup, you're not supposed to wear earrings, you're not supposed to wear pants, you're supposed to wear pantyhose all the time, you're supposed to have your head covering, and dare you not talk back to your husband. You're supposed to be cleaning, you're supposed to be taking care of the kids, you're supposed to give it to your husband when your husband asks for it. I mean, I can go on and on with the list of everything that is put on the woman and nothing on the man. So it's dogma that I was introduced, but I was groomed in that. Now, when I say groomed, I was groomed because I started to act like them. I started to talk like them. I started to start to believe like them until finally I started to just, sit and read the Bible for myself. And whoa, wait a minute. Why can't I wear pants? This isn't. So that started everything. I started reading the Bible. I started, looking for myself. And then when I finally severed ties completely, I mean completely,
Mm.
that's when I started having a better relationship with me and my creator. Better. Because it's no longer interpreted by some man who makes me want to do something, but yet they don't do it. That messes with your mental. It messes with you. There's a lot of people in the church that are messed up because of that. I'm sorry. I'm
It's
not.
true. It's true.
I'm not.
You're not sorry.
No, I'm not. Steve, oh my God. He knows me when I was a little baby. Hi, Steve. One thing that touches me deeply is the suicide rate among veterans. Yes, a mental health issue for sure. So proud of you, Zanetta, for what you have overcome. Thank you so much, Steve. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much. Oh, Teton, enemy of the state of mind. My. Yeah. So it's it becomes this talk, and let me tell you, even in church, there's this. I'm going to be, very again transparent. Even in church, I'm thinking, how can you do this, but you're different at home? And so,
Mm.
but then your mind is starting to say, wait a minute, you can't do that because you're supposed to be obedient. You're supposed to shh. You're supposed to pray. So it messes with everybody's mind. Then, like what Steve said, it's, with the military, those different traumas, those different things that the training to the training is different now from the training before they break you down and then they build you back up. The thing is that when they break you down, some people don't get built back up.
Yeah.
That's the issue. So, and that carries on. that carries on to, most military join when they're fresh out of high school. And that carries on.
Goes right through their life. Exactly.
Yeah. So
Suffering
that's,
from PTSD as well.
yes.
There's a lot of people out there with that. And
Yes.
yeah, and quite a few that I know that are veterans or, from being in service as well. So let's not underestimate what they've gone through.
Right. Right. So I wanted to have the show because of my fakeness. I like how you put it straight. So you've been faking it. And you become
No,
proficient. You become
no,
proficient.
you
No,
were
it's
not
it's the
exactly
truth.
like that. No,
Yeah.
you were, I'll tell you, I'm going to be transparent. You see, sometimes we can, or sometimes when we're in that state, we're in victim mode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very comfortable to be a victim because it's what we know. We get the attention. We get, it feels cozy, and it's safe because it's what we know. And to actually claim something and say, "This is what I have," well, it prevents us from facing what it is deeper than that,
Mm-hmm.
because it's so easy to grasp onto. I have anxiety. I have this condition, I have that condition. But below that condition, there are emotions. And that's why you have that condition. That's why that condition has developed. It's because of those unhealed emotions that lie beneath that.
Yeah. Yeah. And yes, Pierre, victimhood sucks. It it does. It really does suck.
And I say that in the most loving way as well. I don't think I'm
Yes.
being hard and cruel because we don't know we're a victim. I've been there. I've experienced that. And that's why I can say it now, because I'm looking back at that with no anger, because it's what I had to feel. It's where I had to hit rock bottom to then realize I've got to make a change here. I've got to do something about this, or else I ain't going anywhere. I'm just going
Right.
backwards.
Right.
And when you're strong enough to say, I want to move forward. How bad do
Yes.
you want it? How hungry are you for it? That's
Right.
what it boils down to.
Yeah. Yeah. And here's what I've learned and throughout the different traumas that I've been through. I've learned through being this Zanetta Esquire, the fake, my representative. I have a representative.
Representative.
I have a representative through that because I was, I thought, I thought I was in conquer. I thought I had conquered. No, I was actually in still survival mode. Because when you're in a victim mode, when you're in a victim state, you still feel timid and you're having all of these raw emotions and different things like that. When you get to survivor says, "Whew, I came out. I'm yeah, I'm uh, yes, I was a victim. I was a, but now I'm a spokesperson. I'm speaking out for these people. I am an ambassador, you know, but never really went to conqueror. That I have that representative letting you know I got it all together.
Exactly.
I
And that
I have
voice,
managed,
is
and that's
nice and
all it
strong.
is. Yeah, all it is managing that emotion. Okay, okay. Oh, we have a trigger. No, no. Show up. Yes, Your Honor. You know, as a matter of fact, this is what happened. And so we're presenting ourselves like this, I call it's me, my representative, Zanetta Esquire, not really realizing when I came into a relationship that allowed me to be me. No facade, no, I have to hurry up and get this house clean because what are you doing? Well, I have to do. Why? What do you mean, why? So I was given the freedom, the very thing that I wanted was given to me. And that's when the anxiety came back. That's when all of these thoughts started coming back that I thought were gone. I thought were, all it was just at bay. That's all.
Yeah.
I was still in survival mode. Yes. We become professional victims. Oh my God, I'm going to use that. I'm so going to use it. Professional victims, professional survivors. We have
Yes.
become professional, very proficient in it. And I even got to the point of breaking down because I didn't know how to handle it. So Jeff finally told me, he said, I think what's happening with you is that you finally have a safe place. And you're so used to trauma. You're so used to drama. You're so used to fighting all the time. You're so used to being on the defensive all the time that because you've given this freedom, you don't know how to handle
Mm. That's right.
What? What do you mean? Yeah. So I broke down. I broke down and then finally started getting some meds, and meds didn't work. Started messing more with my mental until I started listening to this audio, your audio. I started listening to your audio, and you were so loving enough. Zanetta, I want to help you.
I know, because we had a good talk after the last session. Do you remember? After the
Yeah.
show was over, we stayed on for another hour, and I said, right, I didn't like some of the stuff that was said about I, and this
Yeah.
my anxiety. It was like she's claiming it like a trophy. It was hers. It's my anxiety. If I can say so. Like, I'm just, I'm going, I can't believe I'm listening to this woman speak like this. And I just let you talk. And I said, right, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm going to have to come over to Virginia somehow and slap you around.
And now it's going to continue to play until you got here.
Yeah. I said, right, not coming to Virginia anytime soon yet, but I had to tell you how it was, didn't I, Zanetta?
Yes, you did. Yes, yeah, and thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
as
you.
I said, I came from a loving place, my heart. I know, because afterwards I thought, oh my God, I hope I wasn't too harsh on her. I hope she didn't like drop her bottom lip afterwards and, and pout, because again, Zanetta Esquire.
Yes, Zanetta Esquire can argue you down and tell you how wrong you are. When deep inside, I'm like, oh gosh, you know you you know you messed up.
Right. So she wasn't going to have any sessions at this
No.
stage. She's very busy and she's got a lot going on. Of course, there's a lot of reasons why she can't. So I said, right, I'm sending you this audio. and you're going to listen to it every day.
Yeah.
That's an
Yeah.
order.
Yeah. And it was good. It was, a meditation audio. I meditate anyway. So it was good. Um, I started dreaming again. Yeah. It's been a long time since I've had a dream, but I'm dreaming again. And, and look,
I know.
the change is miraculous. And this is what, a week of me listening to it. Just a change. Little things that I noticed when my daughter did something. She was looking at me like, "Uh-oh, I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna get yelled at," and I didn't. And she looked at me like,
What's wrong?
"Are you okay?" So yeah, it has helped me tremendously, and it's only been a week, and I listen to it every night. I meditate with it at night and in the morning. So even though it's a health meditation. So it's to get the mind back to where it needs to be, in the calm state, and just uh, let me. My brain was already saying some stuff before I was like, um, affirmations are good. Um, Affirmations are wonderful. I am, I am strong. I am all of this. But if you don't really believe it, if you're just saying it just to say it, just an affirmation, it's nothing. It's really no, it's just words. That's all it is. So I started to just look at myself and come out of the protective mode. I was constantly on protective mode, constantly on the defense. So, oh, I know what you're gonna say. So I have something witty to come back. Some people say, "I wish I was like you, Zanetta. I wish I was so witty like you." I was like, "You just don't know." Well, my mind, you just don't know what's going on in here as to how I became witty because of how I was abused, verbally, emotionally, mentally for 25 years. That's where the wit came from. So when I become witty, it's because I already know what you're going to do. And so it becomes a
Protection.
defense.
Mm.
It's a defense. So I stayed in that survivor mode. Mm, Am I coming into conqueror? I think so. Not there yet. I still have a lot to go through. I still have a lot to overcome, um, because when you're a conqueror, or when you're victorious, that means you have actually taken whatever it is that is causing you to act like this and get rid of it. And when it tries to pop up, you're like, nope, bye. Yeah, I thought I was there. Thank you for pointing out. Zanetta. I was
Yeah,
like, she getting feisty.
I know. I was pretty fired up, wasn't I?
She's getting feisty. Yeah. So, and that's what it is. That so many things in our mind, so many things that we've um, haven't been honest with ourselves. And that's who we need to be honest with. Ourselves. We need help.
Mm.
We need help.
So tell us, Zanetta, you've had some changes within 1 week, right?
Yeah.
And that was just listening to the audio. So could you imagine if you if you actually had full-on sessions,
Yeah.
one-on-one private? But what else changed? You said you've been dreaming, you've been waking up differently.
Sleeping like a baby.
Like falling asleep thinking, oh, did I listen to all the audio? And you said to me it was already 5 o'clock in the morning. Like
Yes. Yeah. I woke up. I was like, oh, did I was like, oh, it's 5 o'clock. It's almost 5 o'clock. My internal, alarm clock, came on. So I was like, I didn't know. I didn't know that. But I remember 3 segments of my dream. I remember those dreams. And this is the result of one of them is
yeah.
to change. I didn't know that was a part of it. I called it my COVID look. No, it was my depression look.
Yeah.
It really was. So if I called it my COVID look, because when I was I think in the dream I was saying, oh, this is my COVID look. I was like, oh, COVID. It's pandemic. Why would I say something like that? And I was talking to myself in the dream. Why would I call it a COVID look? What is COVID? So I had to really, so my subconscious and conscious was merging together and talking to each other. I'm like, what are you doing? Oh no, this is our COVID look because this is what everybody's doing now. And then the subconscious, no. The conscious said, absolutely not. What does COVID mean? What is it? It's a virus that attacks. It's like, wow. So, got up the next morning, made an appointment. And when I saw my hair in the dream, I didn't even know, I was explaining to you, I didn't even know what this look was called. So I was looking up, no, that's not it. That's not it. Then I saw this technique and I was like, oh, what is it? I even had to put how you on Google, you'll type in the name and then there's this mic or audio thing because I didn't know how to pronounce it.
Oh,
I had to click it. Balayage. I was like, oh, balayage.
French.
Balayage. Okay, so I want a balayage. So I had to Google the salons that did the balayage. I didn't know all of them did it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful technique.
All I knew was they knew highlights and lowlights, and I didn't know about balayage.
You learned something new.
Yes, I did. And and then when I was getting it done, the lady was like, can I cut off this much? I said, yeah, go up a little higher. She said, this much? Go higher. She said, this much? Perfect. She's like, ooh. So yeah, so she cut off about 4 inches. Yeah, 4 inches. Maybe 5. Maybe 5.
Looks great. See, because of the change, accepting and stepping into that, getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. It was just like, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? And tell us about the meds, because that was another thing I spoke to you about, didn't I?
Meds were horrible. I'm going to tell you this much. Meds were horrible. They were horrible. They put me in a different state. Did they calm me down? Yes, it did. There was one med that I was at a catatonic state. that I was not even doing anything. I would look at my computer and I didn't know what I was doing. I was just staring at it. I'm like, what do I do? How do I do this again? Oh, it was like, it was awful. Then I was having double vision. Um, and that was another revelation itself. You, you're seeing double. Um, the other one was, it made me more irritable. It heightened everything, the anxiety. It's just, it just made it times 10. Um, Now, I'm telling you, there was a whole bunch of meds that I was on. So some of the meds that I was on, one of them was very, very well, popular, Zoloft. It's very popular. I couldn't take that anymore. So my doctor had put that on my allergy list.
Oh, wow.
That's how bad it was, the reaction that I had. Um, and she said, well, I'm going to give you a small dose, a low dose, and you can cut it in half. So I did. I cut it in half, and it was still, you know, oh, Phil. Hi, Phil. I've been diagnosed with mental health problems. Thank you for being vulnerable and, you know, transparent. Thank you so much. Yes. So I cut it in half, and it was still doing something in me. So she gave me another one, and um, then there is this one that she gave me that I take 3 times a day. I'm not good at taking meds. I'm really not. I'm not good at taking meds. So this 3 times a day, I would take it in the morning, in the afternoon, for lunch, and then in the evening. In the evening, it made me drowsy a little bit. I guess because of the buildup of the meds throughout the day. That's what I'm guessing. Um, but then I was like, you know what? I'm tired of all these pills. I'm tired of taking. And that's when I started listening to your audio. And I noticed that one day there was a slight change, just slight. Um, I woke up without thinking, oh my God, I'm late. I got to do this. I got to do that. Even though I already have, you got on me about that too. My own deadlines and not the actual deadline. So,
Yes.
and I was worrying myself about these deadlines that I made. Um, and so I've noticed that morning I didn't go there right away. I went there afterwards, but not first thing in the morning. Not first. Yes, that I was given that as well. Yeah, Epilum, and that didn't work for me. It made me um it gave me more suicidal thoughts. I already had suicidal thoughts. That enhanced it the more. Um, and so the next day, so when I noticed that, when I first woke up, I didn't think about it right away. I was like, oh, okay. So I listened to your audio again in the morning for the meditation in the morning, and then um, I think I went. I mean, I was like, in full mode that day, and then I started to go back down. Then the second day that I listened to your audio at night, I remembered the dream. I started to dream. I was like, oh, I had a dream last night. Woohoo! Yes, it did too. It made me lazy. Yes, that's the same one. It I would lay on a couch and do nothing.
Mhm.
I knew not to stay in bed. That was one thing that I did know. I did not lay in the bed. I would lay on the couch. Safety,
Right.
but
Made you feel better.
no, I knew that. Well, I guess because of all of the shows, all of the things that I've seen on TV and different talks and things like that, that they're always in the bed. They stay in the bed, and it looks dreary and gloomy and all of that. So, in our family room, there's skylights. We have a big French door that does not have any curtains, and we have so many windows that light just comes in. So, but that medicine just made me just want to lay down and do nothing. Yeah, but I knew not to go to bed, not in the bedroom. But I still lay down. That's the effects that the medicine had me do. But slowly, I started doing certain things. I started noticing on day three. Um, I mean, I went through a whole case just in one day. So I was like, oh, this is really good. So every night I had it every morning when I woke up. And
Wow.
yeah, now I don't, I don't have, um, I don't need the medicine. I don't, my blood pressure went down.
Wow, that's awesome.
So my
That's
blood
awesome.
pressure used to be, you can be like, Zanetta! My blood pressure used to be the norm. Used to be some. If I have a little bit of anxiety, it'll be 160.
Wow.
160 over 80. And when I calm down, when the doctor tells me to relax a little bit, then it'll go down to 140.
Wow.
But it's still high. But the last time I got checked, I think I think it was Wednesday, 120 over 70. I was like, what? I was shocked. I said, can you take it again? She was like, sure. You want me to take it again? I said, yes, please. She took it again, and it was 120 over 70.
Wow. That's just fabulous.
So
I
yeah,
know, I know it because it worked. I know it worked. And I'm not just saying it because I'm a
say
practicing
it,
therapist
toot
for
it,
that. But,
toot it.
but I just love hearing these stories. I love it.
Yeah,
It just lights my whole heart up because this is what I'm talking about. This is the transformation that happens, and it's just beautiful. It's a miracle. It's miraculous. And you think, oh my God, how did, and for doctors as well. And I'm not sure if I told you, but my dad was in, I think my dad was in hospital 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago now, for nearly 3 weeks. And I was giving him guided meditation every day on the iPhone. And he had pneumonia. He
Hmm.
also was diagnosed with COVID,
Oh my.
which it actually turned out to be a false positive because I knew he didn't have COVID. They just thought they'd throw that in as a diagnosis as well. But anyway, his recovery was amazing. And he came out and the doctors couldn't believe the speed of his recovery and what he had. I mean, he was coughing blood. He was literally
Oh my.
coughing blood. That's how bad it was. To be able to come out, blood ceased, pneumonia gone. And they said,
Wow.
this is amazing. How's this happened?
Yeah.
And I had him doing, EFT, emotional freedom tapping as well. And he just loves it. My dad's 87. So it's a game. We just play it as a game and, loving up on the body and appreciating the body and all the different parts of his body, particularly his lungs. But yeah, that's what happened with my father. And he's 87. He's open to everything and anything because you have to have that open mind. You have to be open to saying, well, you know what, I just trust the process. Don't worry about how it happens.
Right.
Just allow yourself to be because your soul knows, your being, your higher self will take on and know what it's got to do automatically
Yeah.
without stress. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. Awesome, Zanetta.
Yes. Yeah. And we have here Deco Electra. It is so true because I actually eat pineapple in the morning. Pineapple and um watermelon.
Mm. I'll tell you what's the
I do.
best thing you can have in the mornings, first thing. And I think I've put you on this too, Zanetta.
Yes.
The celery juice. Straight up celery juice in the morning before you put anything else in your
But it
pipes.
anything else in your butt.
Yeah. And then warm water and lemon.
Yes,
And
that's the first thing that actually I do is my body craves for it now. It's the warm water and lemon. It's and I've even gotten to the point to where I'm taking lukewarm showers, and then
yeah,
I douse it with cold afterwards. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's right.
Medical medium.
Yeah, well, that's where I got that from. Amazing. And it works. It reduces inflammation,
Yeah.
reduces joint pain. Because you see, what happens is our diets usually they're too acidic. We need to bring our body back to alkaline. That's when we
Yes.
function at optimal health. And also mentally, imagine
Yeah.
in the brain you have inflammation in the brain. That's why we get all this also anxiety, and we have this fogging, memory loss, emotional turmoil, a lot of that, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, it is. And and like what you said, with the mental illness, the eating is a huge part of it. I noticed that when I started to um, claim uh,
My
anxiety, when I started to go back to
good
um,
girl.
that my eating habit was so crazy. I mean, I would eat a full meal at 11 o'clock at night,
Mm.
a full meal, and then the next day I wouldn't eat anything at all, and then the first thing that would I would eat would be ice cream. I'm not a sweets person. That's when I knew something was definitely wrong. That's when I knew something was definitely wrong, when the first thing that I eat is ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a it is it we need to be aware of our own body, our own thoughts,
Mm.
our own actions. Um, how are we? Be honest. Let's have an honest conversation, not with each other, but with yourself,
Mm-hmm.
because it starts, with you. Do you really want to come out of that? Out of that state, out of that cycle, because it's a vicious cycle.
I was going to say vicious. It's very
Yeah,
vicious.
it's vicious, it's damaging. It's not only damaging to you, but it becomes damaging as a relationship
Mm-hmm.
on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
It affects everything. So you have to start with you. Be honest with you. Is this where you want to be? You know, what do you need to do? Me, I know that your meditation works.
Well,
So
thank you. I am so pleased to hear that. So
so
very.
what I'm going to do now is have sessions. Let's have sessions.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
I would just, I'd say, God, I had a conversation with God about you, Zanetta. Let me tell you.
Oh, thank you.
And I
Thank
said,
you.
God, I can't do this on my own, because that's what I was doing. I was trying to do it on my own. And I said, God, speak to Zanetta somehow. Allow her to just accept something little from me. Because, Zanetta, I love you dearly, but you have a hard time in accepting gifts.
I do.
You do. I've really realized that. And,
I do.
you know, when I sent you flowers, you couldn't refuse them because I wasn't there. And like, you couldn't say, take them back. And I thought, well, that was, she really had to accept them. But anything else, I really have noticed that in you. And, and I just say, God, I don't like trying to change people or trying to convince. No, that's not what. And I just said, just give me the right words, just enlighten her and help me in a way that she's going to accept my help. Because I love you dearly. I love you dearly.
I love you too.
And that's what happened. So when you text me the other day and you wrote all, I'm going, oh, I just like nearly fell over. I just nearly, I just brought tears to my eyes and I just said, thank you, God. Because I just, I said what I had to say to you. I gave you the stuff and I said, it's out of my hands now. God, whatever she does, it's up to you to follow that through. Because, yeah, and it worked. I mean, and that was
Yes,
a good lesson for me, in the sense of not trying to be misfix it, because I know I can be like that. And I've learnt to just back off lovingly and hold space for people, which I held
yeah,
space for you in a loving way. And it's okay. And I trusted the process. I said, whatever is to come from it, it will come. It will transpire. So that's just beautiful. I'm just so pleased.
yeah, yeah. And I even did this with a client of mine because I mean, she was having anxiety like crazy, like overload anxiety. So I told her, I said, okay, I'm going to do this. I haven't done this before. I haven't done, not before, but I haven't done it in a long time. I haven't done it in a session, in a coaching session.
Mm-hmm.
I've done it in counseling, but I
Mm.
haven't done it in coaching. So I asked her, I said, okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have you say these three things. And when you say these phrases, I want you to stop and feel and capture what you're feeling. Capture what's going through your mind, through your body, what your emotion is. And
Mm.
she, and she said, okay. And so I said, okay, it's just three phrases. And you're gonna think like, this girl is crazy. Um, so I asked her. I said, to repeat after me. Say, I am a victim. And she said, I am a victim. And she began to cry. And then I said, okay, are you okay now? She said, yes. I said, now say, I'm a survivor. And then she said, I'm a survivor. This time her voice was a little bit stronger. I said, okay, take in what you're feeling, what your emotions are. And I said, and finally, say, I'm victorious, I'm a conqueror. She said, I'm victorious and I'm a conqueror. I said, out of those three, how did you feel? She said, when I said I'm a victim, I just slumped down. It seemed like everything just came crashing in. And I was like, I was in this black, you know, this darkness, this black tunnel in this pit. I was like, wow. And then when I said, what about survivor? She was like, I felt a little bit stronger. She said, I felt it in my body. My body just immediately just kind of, gained some strength. And I said, what about I'm victorious and conqueror? She said, it was like how did she say it? I don't want to say release. She didn't say release. Um, gosh, I wish I could remember what she said, but it was almost like that. It was like she just Oh, she dropped everything. Everything just fell off. That's what she said. Everything
Mm,
just fell off. And I was like, see, it's very important when you say something that you are. It's very important. So when you start to say to yourself, oh gosh, I don't know what to do, you won't know what to do.
exactly.
So when you change that, when you change your language to, what can I do? Now your brain will start to say, oh, we can do this, oh, we can do that, we can do that, we can try this. What about this? What about that? So the change, so I told her, I said, do that, do some meditation. So she's gonna come your way. She's gonna come your way. But I've never, I used to do that a while back, but I dropped it, you know, because of certain circumstances, certain things that happened. And I remembered vividly as to when I stopped doing that. I sure did. I remember vividly when I stopped incorporating it in my coaching, um, because of what happened when I was counseling. Yeah, the counselor needed counseling.
That's okay. I have sessions as well. I have therapy sessions. I
Yeah,
was sharing that with someone the other day. I said, don't think that I don't have my sessions, and I love them and I look forward to them because we all need help. The you
yes, we
know
do. Yeah,
the pastor gets prayed on, right? He doesn't just do all the
yes,
praying. People
right,
pray on the pastor. As a teacher, you still go update courses and become a student again because you're going to continue studying. In every area where we change roles and we need to allow ourselves to be vulnerable,
yes,
to um, let go of the perfectionism, because that's what it comes down to. We're just highly strung perfectionists
yeah,
that, the ego, it's only the ego trying to tell you otherwise.
mm-hmm.
So when you come across and just, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. And if someone else is judging you, well, that's okay. That's their opinion. Remember, that's their opinion.
Right,
It's not your opinion. And they can't harm you. They can't, unless you allow it to happen, unless you allow
right.
those words to penetrate. But yeah, but isn't it interesting? I mean, wouldn't it be amazing if we knew what we know now back then? Like we would
Yes,
be just amazing at
yeah,
but it
yeah,
doesn't work like that. We have to go through the process. We have to go through the
yes,
stages. There's no way that, you know, no one can prepare us for it. Even as much as our parents want the best for us, and don't forget they've traveled through their own traumas, so they're only going to deliver what they know best, and it
right.
may not be best for you, because we're
Mm-hmm.
all individuals. We're all on our own journey,
Yeah,
but just being open to it. Listen,
yeah,
and it may not suit, and that's okay. Make up
right.
your mind afterwards, but being
Yeah,
open to um, change, transformation, the possibilities of, you know,
yes,
the unknown, because that's the ego. The ego doesn't want you to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because it's like, you don't know what's going to happen. What if this happens? What if that happens? And all this, again, fear just starts coming in. But one quick area that I think that really needs to be addressed also with this mental illness, I think, Zanetta, and I know we spoke about it last time, is, the suicide. Let us not forget that, we may be next to someone that has a condition or an illness or a mental condition, that depression, and, it doesn't take long to just flip that switch. And, I say, yeah, I've had those thoughts. You've had those thoughts of,
yes,
of stepping over the line, but we haven't been strong enough to do it because whatever reason, our faith, our religion, our family, our whatever. But that is a really horrible, terrible state to be in.
Yeah.
And we need to be very aware and have, heightened our senses heightened around our loved ones
Mm-hmm.
because of that. And I know you shared with me, and I was in shock when you told me last week about Miss America
Yeah.
and a young
There's
woman.
two of them. There's two of them there that actually there's two beauty queens that committed suicide.
Oh my,
One
that's
in January and one in February.
really, oh,
Hmm.
and you see, they would never have known with these two, right? Like they had everything
Yeah.
going for them, beauty queens,
Yeah.
just on top of the world. And then look at that.
Yeah.
So just shining love and just
Yeah.
understanding and compassion, and if you do notice anything, or even if you don't, just a simple how's it going, just be really coming from a place of love and listening,
Yeah.
because that's what we really need. When we're at that state, we just want someone to just be there that we can trust and open up to.
Exactly. And because I've tried to commit suicide 3 times, and thank God it failed. Um, and I started to have those thoughts again, and the medication made it more. Thank God that it's dissipated. But you don't know, a lot of people that don't have that capability of having those thoughts don't know what it's like to be in that state. So it becomes a joke to them, or it becomes like oh, you're so dramatic, or oh, it's all in your mind, kind of. Just just have an ounce of empathy.
Hmm.
That's it. Just an ounce. Listen. Just be a friend. No colorful comments. you know, uh, just say, hey, I'm here. I
Mm.
noticed one of my friends posted something and it triggered something, and I'm like, whoa, no, you have a lot of friends. So I had to, kind of go in the back channel and say, hey, what's going on?
Same.
Let's talk. Just that one post that I saw that, oh, no, 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 no.
Mm.
Let's talk.
And yeah, and exactly. You see, Facebook is really good for that because people will talk through their images, their quotes and memes they put up. And, when you have friends and you know them quite well and their memes change or their images change or what they're saying through
Mm-hmm.
song as
Mm-hmm.
well, let's not forget
Yes.
song, there's a change. There's, okay, what's going on? They're not directly speaking, they're indirectly,
Right.
and that's what's going on in their mind, because if they're looking at that particular quote and it's not too colorful, that means they're putting it up on their Facebook page. That means it's going through their mind.
Yeah.
That's what they're thinking.
It's
So
going. Yeah.
definitely take note of that. That's another way of knowing,
Yeah.
having another sign of whether someone is dear to you may be suffering or under a lot of stress.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially now, gas prices are skyrocketing.
I know.
The I mean, just that stress alone. How can I get to my job if I can't afford to put gas in my car? you know okay, I need to go to, okay, I'll take the bus, but I have to get to the bus. Kind of thing. So there's a lot of stressors. There's a lot. Just show empathy.
I
It's
am definitely. Yeah.
so just little gifts. I saw a friend of mine on Facebook. And even though she's showing a lot of the happy stuff, I can still see it in her eyes. The stress of life. And
Mm.
so I sent her a gift and I said, "Have fun." And she said, "Oh my God, just give something." You know, do you know that the flowers that she sent are still vibrant?
Really?
Yes.
Oh my. Just with love.
I'm gonna take a picture and I'm gonna post it. It's still
Wow.
vibrant. It's still very, very vibrant. So, uh, yes, yeah, it's all of us are in this state of uncertainty because of what's happening in Ukraine. All of
Mm.
us were in this state, so it is a stressor. This time, check on a friend, give a call, um, just say hey, thinking about you, even a chat, even a if they don't answer, leave a voicemail
Message, yeah.
thinking about you. Give us a call, give me a call, text, send heart emojis. Um, so because I am blessed to have friends like you, Stefania, who
Mm.
talked to me afterwards and said, "Nat."
With you.
So yeah, I'm blessed. I'm blessed to have that.
And I'm
And
blessed to have you too, Zanetta. It works both ways, so let's not forget that. So,
oh, well, thank you. I appreciate you. So yeah, this has been a great conversation.
yes,
I really enjoyed this, and it was a different light, a different conversation from the last time
I
to now.
know. I think, you know what? Isn't God amazing? Like, it was just perfect, even though it was imperfect when we look at it back then. Yes, last week we're thinking, oh my God, that's horrible, like a bit
Yeah,
embarrassing. Should we leave it up there or take it down? And said, no, leave it up. But look what's transpired from it. Look what's
yeah,
transpired, and your, transformation and your healing and everything like that. So that's just awesome.
yeah,
And, for others that have listened, and hopefully, people out there that are listening to this, say hi, give us your thoughts, hashtag live or hashtag replay.
yes,
Let us know. And if you need someone to talk to, if it's you out there with any of these symptoms and you feel like you've got no one to talk to, message us. That's what we're here for.
yeah,
That's what we're here for. And this is just purely from our hearts. This isn't like we want something from you. We're here to serve. We're here to serve.
yeah. We are here to serve, and we are here to shed light on certain conversations that nobody likes to talk about, and the transparency that we put on this show. Not everything is a bed of roses, and even though we might look like we got it all together,
Now,
um,
Red.
right in our red, um, we'll let you know that we are have the same issues, we have the same sufferings, we have the same, it's
Outbursts.
yeah, it's not a fake profile where where everything is great, the travel, the foodies. Oh, look at this. This is this is my food today. I actually sent a picture of my food to my daughter, and it was it was not a pretty picture. But I was showing her, and she was like, "Oh my God, that looks so delicious." I said, "It is." It is delicious, but it didn't look pretty. Um, so yeah, we're humans. We cry. We have bad days. Um, we don't have um, those picture perfect moments. We
Well,
don't.
no,
Yeah.
but they're still perfect at the time. And that was very nice of Deco. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. You do a great, good job. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And we appreciate you chiming in and commenting and, staying on with us.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
Stefania.
Yes, we've been talking for an hour and a half.
Whoa. Nope.
Where's the time gone?
I know.
Just
I
fly.
didn't, usually I'm aware of that. Today I'm not. I'm like, go, let's talk. Let's have a
Zanetta is
conversation.
back. Zanetta is back. I love it. This is the Zanetta I know.
Yeah. So, but I do want to give some. Let me see. What is it? What do you call it? What do you call it? Some different things that I would like to give out as an offer to those that are watching, and for those that are watching on replay. Um, so you can, that you can be able to get the help that I experienced. So I experienced, just in 1 week, this transformation, this change through Stefania's audio, the meditation audio. So, and I'm going to speak on it, Stefania, because I know you might not. So I'm going to do it for you. Um, so she has a program that if you would like to have a 20-minute audio that is tailored for you, uh, reach out to her, Stefania at thegentlemansquare.com or at Stefania Pulio on Facebook. And for a nominal price of $47, only 47. So you get a free consultation of 90 minutes. So she'll be able to cater or tailor, should I say, tailor the audio to you, the meditation, because each individual is totally different and each of our issues are totally different. So, all of those other meditations that you find on YouTube, it's good and grand, but it's a blanket. So if she did it for me, she did one for me. So, and it worked. It's 1 week, just great transformation. She also has another program.
I'm going all red now.
She also has another program that if you don't want the one audio and just one and done, but you want to have it differently. So if you want one for for your anxiety, you want one for confidence, you want one for getting better sleep. Another one is healthy habits, losing weight. So there's different ones. So you can commit to 6 months and it's $27 a month. And you'll get those audios sent to you. Yours to keep forever.
Yes.
So
Specifically for your needs. Yes.
specific direct, I mean, it is tailored to you.
Yeah.
So yeah,
There's a
so
lot of people
that's
have different issues, of course, like
yeah.
some nail biting. It can be just phobias, fears,
Mm-hmm.
anything specific. Some people have fears of flying. Some people
Yeah.
have fears of, I don't know, elevators, is it? When they don't like that enclosed feeling. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
anything that you feel that you need to overcome.
Yeah. Yeah. So do get in touch with her, and she has that, and she has other programs as well, as you know we talked about earlier. You know, the one-on-one, and I'm gonna have that. You know, I do have the audio, but I do you know we also do the one-on-one. So do get in contact with her about that. So to help you in your central command.
Yes, it is. You get to sit in your cockpit.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And for those of you that would like to have any kind of coaching or anything really, if you're stuck in your business, you know,
Writing a book, publishing book.
or writing a book, publishing a book.
Yes.
I will show you tricks and tips as to how to do it on your own and be able to get all of the proceeds. And also, I will also help you with the creative writing.
Mm.
Yes, I do all of that.
And she is amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Super, super amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. I think I have about what? If I'm to guess, I probably have helped over 50 books plus published, and all have become best-selling authors.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So,
And you know, the great thing about it is, you know, you can just write about anything, your own memoir,
anything.
anything at all. I mean, your favorite hobby, or you don't have to be specific to a problem or be a
Right.
coach to doing this. You have a life you've experienced, and I'm
Right.
sure you've gone through many experiences. You can, you know, just grab one experience and encapsulate it and create a whole book about it. Yeah, and
Yeah.
as an editor, will show you how.
Yes. 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 So, great conversation. Oh, you can reach me at zanetta@redefineme.org. That is my email. Or you can message me on Facebook. Yes. I'm still doing my website. I'm still thinking, I'm still debating.
What, you've been doing it? You haven't actually put it together yet?
I have it, but I haven't published it. I haven't launched it.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's and for those that are speaking, I can do I do the coaching for also the tone, the intonation, the cadence, and how you can craft your story into a 3-minute story to where you can speak with impact. So,
Mm,
yeah.
absolutely.
All right. Woof. 140. We're almost at
140.
140
Time
right now.
flown.
Yeah.
I'm going to say time flies when having fun.
Yes. Yes, it does. All right. We're going to close this out. Great conversation. Really great conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zanetta, as always.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. For real. Yes. Yeah. I saw Natasha on here. Welcome, Natasha. Did I see you on here? Oh, yes. Yes, I see you. Yeah.
She popped in.
Yes, she did. All right. Until next time. So, I don't have anything else. So, until next time.
Yes.
Go ahead,
Until
Stefania,
next
and close
time.
us out. I like your
Until next time, we send you love and lots of passion. Thank you.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Until next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.